Om Shanti, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday evening sessions. How many of you are brand new? I know we have one person. Welcome, welcome. Someone who David just moved into the neighborhood and he's here to, let's give him a good dose of what we do, right? So he'll come back. I want to introduce Debbie, who did the beautiful flower arrangements for last Sunday. We had the International Day of Yoga here, and this entire hall was filled and the balcony with over 200 people. We had dinner after, and it was the most beautiful thing. People from all walks of types of yogas joined together to celebrate our own spirituality, just as we do here with you and with Zoom. Hi, everyone on Zoom. Don't think we don't know you're there. We certainly do. So tonight we continue with our theme, living with spiritual color and fragrance. Have you been practicing? It's the end of the month. What does that mean? Well, you've had some really interesting people. If you've been here every week, and most of you do try to come, I know. Tonight we have Sister Anjani. Did she sneak up behind me? She always scares me. I stand here and she appears. But she is the director of Harmony House here. And I just so admire her spirituality. And it's always present in her. She does not fluctuate. She's coming, isn't she? Good evening. It's her specialty, and she will share that with you tonight. So what does this mean, living with spiritual color and fragrance? The little flyer says that the senses respond to beauty, especially in the spring. Color, fragrance, the five senses. When we see and smell the flowers in springtime, we're moved to another realm. We all know that feeling, walking in the woods or smelling and watching the new crocuses come up. The world also offers us opportunities to bring out the fragrances in the soul. So what is that? The feelings of love, the brightness of joy, and the bouquet of peace. We may be recipients of that, but I'm suspicious, we haven't talked, that tonight we're going to find out how to create our own. Sometimes we're victim of this world. It's very easy to be a victim of the dramatic things that are happening in this world and to get depressed and lonely and sad, right? So I believe that I have the power to change that as often as I can. For example, maybe this sounds a little far-fetched, but it just happened for me. I have a very dear friend who's a recent widow, and she had to buy a car. Who would be in charge of buying the car? They would go together, the big they. But she has to handle this alone. It created anxiety and whatever. I said to her, okay, you've been talking about the car for months. It's anticipatory anxiety. Do something. She signed the papers, bought the car. The courage that she had was amazing. And I watched it. We're very close. Then what happens? They don't have the color she wants. She's got to do the whole process again. And here's where my spirituality came in. I just say, God, Baba, give me something here, right? And I thought to myself, I called her up and I said, you've had such enormous courage. Don't think you're starting from zero because you want that color. You have already come a mile in getting the car that you finally narrowed it down to. And then not only that, but the power that she had afterwards. Tomorrow, she's going to drive an hour and a half to another dealership to get the same car in the color she wants. So you see, we have courage turning to power. This to me is spirituality. If I'm coming from being a victim of things, and I'm going to make 10 phone calls telling people how awful it is that my car deal fell through, or whatever your deal is, or whatever it is, then I'm a victim. But if I can brighten her thinking, she becomes the one to brighten her own thinking. And I think tonight we're going to pass on that little secret to you in whatever way Sister Anjani is going to. So how do I walk in the spiritual world? By coming from what we know is our innate state of love and peace. It's innate. It might be buried sometimes, but it's right there in us. We don't look up in the sky for it. We have it inside us. So without further ado, Sister Anjani, enough out of me. I want to hear what you have to say. And more than what she says, you're going to feel Sister Anjani tonight. I know it. I always do. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and a good evening. And thank you, Sister Louise, for sharing your little story as usual. And, listening to her with that simple story, look how complex is this whole thing of color, right? You go to the store to shop something. What do? It's like, I'm going for a dress. And you're going through the racks and you're seeing all the colors and the beauty, and you're looking for so much. And the store has, yes, it has varieties, but it's when something touches you, you connect with it, then you say, aha, this is what I'm looking for. And someone else, and 10 people and 100 people is going to be around that same area shopping, and everyone might have their own choice. They will not pick the same. They will not say, hello, give me that which you have, because that's the color I've been looking for. But you will find that they will be connected to something else in that showroom or whatever the case may be that you're shopping for, will pull you, will attract you. And you will go and get what you're looking for. Colors is very fascinating, isn't it? Look in this room. Is everyone wearing the same color? Look at us. And all those who are on Zoom, our family on Zoom, everyone must be in a different color. If I ask all of you to come and stand in front here, you'll see everyone is having a different color of clothes. And it's your color of choice. You look behind me, you see all these colorful flowers. You were walking to get here. You were seeing. And so we are surrounded by colors and colors everywhere. The flowers, Mother Nature. Can you think of all the things that looks very colorful? What are some of the things that you see colors? What are some of the things? Tell me. The rainbow. Anyone created the rainbow? The rainbow is just naturally created. It's the effect of light and water, right? And then what happens? The whole sky lights up. And what do you see? Everyone runs out to see a rainbow, right? Just imagine if every week there's a rainbow around here and you knew that there is this time, specific time for this rainbow, what would you do? You would want to see the rainbow because it looks so beautiful, so colorful. And there's something that when you look at it, it gives you a very beautiful feeling. It's not something across the sky alone. But as you're looking at it, it's as though it's creating a very beautiful, warm, loving feeling inside of you, a joy inside of you. Because these colors have the power to touch the soul. They do. What else has colors? Flowers go in our backyard, go in your backyard. Look around. And it's the time that from the time spring begins all the way through until the fall. And then you move into the winter. It's all of colors. It's all of colors. And what do you say when you see the colors? Wow, isn't this gorgeous? Isn't this so beautiful? You know, you see the little tiny things, one of my favorite is the lily in the valleys. They are just so cute. They're tiny little bells. And it is just like this much off the ground. But they are so pretty and very, very fragrant, right? We generally have quite a bit in the backyard in the early spring. And I love to go and, check them out. And so the colors of flowers, the colors of the fall, the colors of everything around us, that Mother Nature, what else has colors? What else are some of the things that is just so colorful? Huh? Butterflies and birds. Colorful. That is why you say colorful butterflies and the birds. Some of them, the birds come in our backyard, different colors. And you have the butterflies. What else? The what? Sorry? Art and photographs. Colorful. Yes. The arts, the photographs. What else? Huh? Fireworks. Colorful fireworks. That's coming up pretty soon. Next week, you're going to see the colors in the sky that is created by man. So there is that which is created by human beings, and there's that which is created naturally by nature. And both are attractive. But there is something about that which is created naturally that warms your hearts. And the other just pleases the senses. The fireworks, you see, wow, this is so beautiful. Look how they create this. But what nature creates, what Mother Nature does, she does it in a very interesting way. And using her own technology to create what she wants. What about diamonds and crystals? It's very, very colorful, right? When the diamond hits the light or the light hits the diamond, what happens? It brightens up. Even the crystals, it is so colorful. And so we look at it and we appreciate the beauty of this natural gem, and that is the diamond. And diamonds you have them of all grades and all quality and all value. And it all depends on many aspects of the diamond, but there is a diamond which is flawless. There is also red diamond. Do you know there is a red diamond? There is red diamond. Yeah? Red is it's one of the most expensive diamonds. The red diamond. And so you have all these colorful, you look at one diamond and you see all the colors in it. And here you see a red diamond, which is so valuable. So whatever Mother Nature would have done to create and make this so precious, it has to be something that is unique. It's not something out of the ordinary, like today they make diamonds, right? They grow them. They create them. And it's far, far cheaper. Yeah, they created them in the laboratory. And then you put them against the other diamond, you can't recognize them. You can't recognize them. So I was asking, there was a jeweler who was passing by here, and he was here with us a couple of days. And we were talking about the diamonds. And I said, well, so they have the ones that are lab grown, and then the real diamonds. Can you look at them and tell the difference? And he says, no. It has to be used. You have to use what is necessary to see that and differentiate between that which is real and that which is not. And so even the diamonds that they grow on that, can you imagine that you can't pick up which is the true diamond? And then what about the northern lights? Yes. Well, anyone has gone there to see them? See them? You did. What is it like there? Can you give her the microphone, please? Let's ask someone who was there, who has been there. What was it like, Tina? Take us there with you.
So the sky started off really, really dark.
Get closer.
And then slowly a line appeared, which was red and then slowly yellow, green, blue, and it kind of twirled. It was like almost like a little bit of a tornado effect, but not quite. And the sky lit up, and the shades of the green and the blues, and almost like the rainbow, but in a shape of a line against the dark sky. So it
was beautiful, right?
It was very beautiful. It was almost like the 4th of July fireworks, but standing still.
Mm. And what was your experience looking at it?
Awe. I was in awe. It was super, super cold.
Ah.
Super, super cold, but it was majestic. It was beautiful. It was an experience that I'll never forget. I felt like nature at its best.
Nature is its best.
At its best, yeah.
Mhm.
Like God revealing something magical.
Her face even lights
wanna
up
go
when
back.
she's speaking about it.
I want to go back.
Yes.
It was in Iceland. It was actually last February, this past February.
Right.
And I was very fortunate because they don't come out all the time. So the people on our tour bus were like, oh, this is our last night here. And if we don't see them, we don't get to see them. And I, for some reason, felt I was going to see them.
Right.
So it was really beautiful, and so grateful for that experience.
Right. So that's another wonder of Mother Nature, right? The Northern Lights. You've seen them, Jennifer? You haven't gone that way. Yes, we just see them, So, and you look in the mornings when the sun is rising and you see the sky, the dark and those colors. Isn't it another grand experience to have of Mother Nature? Or the sunset. There are times in this hall, I think it's early spring, when we have a crystal ball at the top there. And as the sun is setting, this whole room lights up with that crystal ball, with the light reflecting. And it's like all around in this room, in the ceiling, all, on top of the ceiling, everywhere is beautiful crystal lights. It is so beautiful. There were the days when Harmony House used to be opened every evening for meditation, except Sunday. I think Saturdays and Sundays, unless it's World Meditation Hour. So 5 days a week. So we used to have the grand fortune to sit in this room and it's all crystal lit. For those few, I think it's for a very short period of time in the month of, I think it's May. And so you sit here and you look around and you see this whole room. I probably would have taken photographs of the whole ceiling lit up with the lights. And it's one crystal ball at the top there. But we can say we created that using a crystal ball, right? But where is it coming from? It's the light of the sun. Just touching this ball, and what happens? And so we have all these variety of scenes of lights. How do we see our inner world? How do we see our world inside? Full of light? Yes, our world is full of light. What are the colors we could describe our world, our inner world with? Is it going to be a world of red and blue and green and the hundreds and thousands of variety of shades of colors? How does it expresses itself? How do I feel the colors inside of me gets expressed looking at the northern lights? It is something physical I'm looking at, right? Mother Nature has created that. But looking at your face as you speak about the northern lights, it's as though you become it. It brightens up, it creates life. It creates a different wavelength of energy. And that's a form of energy too. And that touches the soul. And both meets. And it's something that you want to revisit again. Something you always want to remember. Something you always want to feel. Because it has awakened something deep in the soul in the form of your own true qualities. You look at a diamond, you say, I want to be as flawless as a diamond. I don't want to be a diamond that has, many flaws to it, that it blocks the light. You want where it lights up. And so being flawless, it means that all the shades that are negative in the form of darkness, that doesn't allow the light to flow, we don't like it. We have difficulties there. That's where we get stuck. If you look at your day today, what was your day like today? Everyone had a wonderful day, an easy day? Yes, everyone had a very easy day? Great. So you will say, my day was very light and free. My day was full of joy. And so that's like feeling the colors of life. So think about these qualities. And, you look at this, even the simple ways here with these flowers. Louise does a pretty good job around here with the flowers, by the way. She takes so much care, patience, love, and each one of them, and Debbie did this beautiful arrangement behind me here with the help of another sister. But, it's just like playing with joy. It's not a task. It's not something that you're doing and you feel it's difficult. But it's the love and the patience and the care, because you can't handle flowers, in a very rough way, right? What would happen with them? Petals will all start falling. So you handle them with care, with love, and you work with them. And as you're playing with them, you will get something like this. So pretty, right? Imagine us doing the same with ourselves. Imagine that within us, each quality is like a petal of a rose. And then go further to think that put the different colors of roses together and what it would look like. It's like you have a variety here, right? Variety of colors. You have one color and you have variety of colors. And it's also very interesting is that when it's summer, what do you see? It's like a flash of colors everywhere, right? Even the dresses people choose to wear in the summer is different than the dresses they will choose to wear in the winter. They think they have to wear something very vibrant, very bright, because it's all connected to how one is feeling. What is one experiencing? You connect with that and you wear that. And so each one of us in this room, we have something special about us. And if I have to ask each one of you, what is it that you have special in you right now? What would you tell me? Sister Louise, give everyone the mic. They will all shout it out. What is that quality? What is that which you feel really special about today? Yes. Doesn't have to be a story, could be just a one word. Okay.
My oldest granddaughter, it's graduating tomorrow, so today was the prom night. And my daughter wanted me to see her, so I went over to Long Island and it was beautiful. She looked amazing, so beautiful. So that was my day. That was
Great. Wonderful. Who else? Erika?
I've been told that my voice is healing.
Your voice is healing. Great. Mhm.
So I like to use it for teaching. And I enjoy it.
Good. Very good. Okay. Who else would like to share? Mhm. Yes, Judy?
Patient acceptance.
Patience,
Acceptance.
Mhm. Yes. Feel from yourself what's emerging in this moment that is speaking to you, that this is who you are. This is what you used today. This is what you were today that makes you feel good at this moment that you had a wonderful day. The day wasn't wonderful just like that. It was wonderful because there was something inside of you that stayed with you throughout the day, that helped you, that supported you when there could have been anything that was happening, but you remained you. You remained being in that form, that quality that you use today. Yes, Debbie. Elizabeth, you have something?
So because of the change in our temperature, it's funny, I walked when it was very hot, very late at night. My kids were very upset with me, but I said, you know, I'm so grateful that I live in a town that is so safe. I feel safe here. And I got to see like all the beautiful lawns with the gorgeous colors of the flowers in the neighborhood. And I kept thinking about how grateful I am to be in a safe part of the world.
Great. Thank you. Mhm. Yes, Debbie.
Today I stayed in remembrance more than I usually do. And by the end of the day, I felt more peaceful and joyful.
Okay, so you created more remembrance of God. Yes, Jennifer.
I left the house very early this morning for work, and I was out in the field, and I just went out completely open. And the whole day, everybody I met was helping me, and I was helping them. It was like the energy, the quality of the energy with everyone was just incredible.
Wonderful. Openness. With the Parham?
I just feel happy. Thank you.
He just feels happy. See, one of his quality, he has so many, but one of them I'll tell you right now, is always about you first, and then it will be me. He will not put himself in front for anything, whether it's food, whether it's anything. But when it comes to doing something, you know, there is some, we call it seva, service here to do. He would not leave that behind. He will always reach for that first because he think it has to be done. He's now waiting for someone to come and do it, but he will get it done. So this is another very beautiful quality of Brother Parham. Yes, brother? Oh, okay, Tina.
Today, my day was slower today. I slowed down.
You slow down. Good. And it felt good slowing down?
It really did.
Good.
Felt nice and comfortable and not having to do something by a certain time. Kind of
Right.
happened nice and slow.
Great.
Tell
us your
nice to
name.
take. Oh,
Tell
my
us
name
your-
is David.
David.
Because it was cooler today, I was able to take a nice long walk this morning, and that set the tone for the day.
Great, great. And Luis?
Well, in addition to what I shared before, I always say Thursday is my longest day. I'm up at 4 and I don't get home tonight till about 8:30. But I made time this afternoon to bake my granddaughter's favorite cookies. And I was so lit up as I did that. And the fatigue went away. The anticipated fatigue didn't exist and it still hasn't hit me.
And that's how you see your mind makes it up, right?
Yes, it's always an inner.
Our minds are very good in making up stories. And then something comes over, like the granddaughter would come to visit, and I have to make cookies, and your whole world changes. And see how things happen, how our thoughts create our world. And we live in those worlds. And so these are the dark shades that comes up and takes our joy away. These are the dark shades of situations and people and circumstances and the heat. You know, the heat, how many were screaming, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. You know, and yet you will say, okay, let me go on a slow motion. I'm not going to rush. I'm going to keep my mind very peaceful, very serene, very quiet. And I'm not going to be thinking about heat. Gently doing what I have to do and move back in a place of coolness. But we know that anytime we keep thinking again and again about something, that becomes the experience of our lives. Whatever we're thinking, we're actually creating it in our lives. Just like someone who has to play any form of sports, they first play it in their minds, right? Anyone. And so we're actually living our life first from the thoughts we're creating inside that manifest outside, and that becomes our lives. And so it all depends on the qualities that we're using. So if I use the quality of love, the cookies will also be the love cookies. It will be the joy cookies. The walk will be, you could go on walking for miles if you want. If you hold those pure, beautiful feelings for yourself. And so our family on Zoom and all of us, and plus the billions of souls, every single soul has a virtue that is special to them, has a quality, has something that is very meaningful to them. And so when we learn to see ourselves in our true quality, in these qualities, and we start seeing others in their qualities. It's like bringing a beautiful bouquet of flowers together. It's like the northern lights lighting up the sky that they can see from a distance. And this is how life should be lived, where we only see that which is beautiful, which is wonderful. And when the shades of darkness comes, what do I do? What do we do? What do you do at that moment? What do you do at that moment? Here you are. And then these shades are passing by. Do you let them go or do you hold on to them? You have to let them go. It is like the sun rising in the morning. And especially if you're looking at it from being in an airplane in the morning. I always love when I'm returning back from India, it's the time that I really get to see the sunrise in the sky. And I would look for it. I would, raise the window screen just to see how the sun is rising and the darkness is going and the colors. And so we appreciate it. It's like we were in the darkness. So you're not looking at the darkness and saying, well, why it's here, but you have something to look forward to, which is the beauty and the colors of the morning, but also, it's daylight. And soon you're going to reach home, you're going to land. And so in our own lives, if I have to ask myself, what were some of the qualities that I had to use today that would create a very colorful world for me? And there were quite a few I had to use. Because we have a guest who arrived today from India. So you have to think of hospitality and all the things that's under hospitality. And then whether you have to prepare the meal, whether you have to get the room ready and serve and doing all the things to make people comfortable and happy, getting your suite ready for this evening, taking care of so many other things. But it is the feeling of the joy of doing it, the happiness of doing it. And we have been having very busy days since a couple of weeks now, preparing for the program. Some of you would have been here on Sunday. And we've been having so many guests. And if I'm going to start thinking, well, why are we having so many guests? I'm very tired. I would have just created tiredness in my mind. Starting from 3:30 in the morning, and it can be till 10 o'clock at night. And if I think it's a long day, then guess what? It's going to become a very long day, not only a long day, but you'll start feeling what you're creating. And that's the kind of dark shades that we bring into ourselves. And so how do I allow myself to stay in a very colorful place? And it's interesting that these days they have color meditation with colors. They also have healing meditation using colors. So colors is very, very colorful, putting them all together. And so see the beauty, recognize that every time you're engaged in doing something, every time you meet someone, you are using the colors of the soul. Now start recognizing those colors. When am I using love? When am I using peace? Like Debbie was conscious today of peace. you were conscious of love in making cookies. Some were conscious of patience. Some were conscious of different qualities. And see, all of us bringing this together. Can you imagine what a world we will create together? Think about it. Because these qualities, they have power. They have beauty. They make life feels very full. And so whenever something comes and shows up in your thoughts and in your feelings, step back for a moment. Just step back and tell yourself, this is just the passing of the dark clouds, the rain clouds, and they will go. Don't hold on to them. Because if I hold on to them, then that's where I will get stuck. And we see repeatedly from time and again, something is spinning in the mind which should not be spinning. You can spin that which is beautiful, your beautiful qualities you use today, and much more, or the good qualities of others, but never get into the negative stuff of anyone and spin that. Because when you move with that, their world becomes your world. I've just moved into someone else's world. What about my own world? What about me choosing where I want to be? Rather than allowing someone to choose to pull me into their world, they're not inviting me into their world at that time. And so I should not allow myself to be pulled by the shades of those negative things so that I move into someone else's world to experience that. But stay in your world, your beautiful world that you're creating, and you're consciously creating this. And that's how you will start creating. It will become a form of attraction. You will attract others to create a space in themselves that is beautiful. Because if I think that you are a very loving person, it's not that I'm seeing you as being a loving person alone. It starts triggering something inside of me. And so as each one was sharing their quality, it was awakening something inside of me of, yes, I have that too. I am aware of that quality too. Isn't that how you were feeling as everyone was sharing their quality? You were connecting with it. And so we have to spend more time in this aspect of seeing and recognizing the qualities that I'm using in my action, not just doing it, not just doing something. Because whatever we are doing, there's a very hidden quality behind it, negative or positive. If I'm selfish in any way, it's hidden, it's there. But sometimes we are not, most of the time, we are not conscious of it. We are not conscious of the qualities we are using when we are doing something. So now start becoming aware that whatever you're doing, whenever you're speaking to someone, wherever you may be, you are exuding something. Let it be that which is positive. Let it be that which seems to bring joy to someone's life. Just like you're passing by a very colorful beautiful garden full of beautiful flowers and roses and or the northern lights. See that that's what you will bring to someone else's life. Think you can visualize that? The family on Zoom, do you have anything to share? We haven't forgotten you. Okay, so let's have a couple of reflective thoughts. Because what we would like to go away with tonight is to see all that which everyone has seen and shared and felt. But we would like to do this more often so that you know that when something which is passing by, that it's not so beautiful, know that it hasn't come to stay. Don't give life to it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? So let's sit comfortably. Relax. And let's bring the rainbow in front of us. We are all familiar with the beautiful colors of the rainbow. We can feel and see the greenery around us from the heavy rains. It's like visualizing a world of colors. The butterflies, the flowers, everyone in their colorful dresses. See all the colors around you. And then as I look up into the sky, I see this beautiful rainbow. And each color blends into the other, creating a spectacular scene. It is so bright and beautiful, mesmerizing. The feeling of reaching for it. Feel the joy in the heart. As you're witnessing the scene that your beautiful mind can create. It is the wonder of Mother Nature. But I, as a soul, I am the living being that is experiencing. The rainbow is a show of colors. But I, the soul, is the show of the colors that is always imprinted in the being. And as the soul connects with the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Light, the brightness, the sparkling beauty of the soul shines brilliantly, just like the sun on the dewdrops that sparkles like diamonds. And so feel the beauty you have within you. It is your rare and special quality. This is the purity in the soul. Purity is that color that has all the colors, all the virtues, and the powers. Purity is the number one quality in that truth lies purity. And so feel these qualities that are true to the soul. They are my intrinsic qualities. The more I am aware of them, my world feels light and bright. And so let me consciously hold this vision of that which is beautiful. Every thought is my world. And so let me consciously create the thoughts of these beautiful qualities. Om Shanti. You know, many people ask us why we wear white. Why do we wear white? The purity in white. It actually has all the all the colors, right? White has all the colors. But it just makes you feel so serene, so cool, so light. You know, on a Sunday morning when we gather here together and everyone in there, right, the whole room is charged with a different energy. And so this white is filled with that purity in it. And so it also brings a very beautiful feeling. So may everyone stay pure. May everyone stay happy. May your inner world light up like the northern lights. all the colors of joy and happiness and peace and beauty and forgiveness and letting go. And can you go on thinking of all the qualities? Do we know them? Can go on thinking fearlessness and sweetness and cheerfulness and flexibility and royalty and loyalty, and go on thinking of all the qualities, and this will be your world. So create a beautiful world for yourself. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. And
Yes, we do.
okay, we will have a beginner's course. If anyone is interested in July, there'll be more information on that next week. If anyone's interested in taking our course. And any other announcements that I don't think so.
I think we're good.
Yeah, good. Well,
Because
thank you
next
so
week Thursday
much.
is not a holiday.
Yeah.
Is next Thursday is not it's a holiday?
Oh, really?
Mm.
Thank you for telling me. I'll stay home. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the
So
announcement.
don't come next week.
So next Thursday, because it's the day before 4th of July, you can go and see the colorful fireworks the next day. Hopefully they might start the day of 3rd.
They usually do and
They
continue
do.
to the 5th, right? When you're trying to fall asleep. But enjoy the 4th and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Om Shanti.
So happy
Thank you again.
Independence.
Yeah,
It's coming up soon.
right. Beautiful, beautiful session. I feel so
Our chit chat.
transported. Very lovely. Thank you. Om
Okay,
Shanti.
everyone.
Om Shanti Zoom.